All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today we're looking at how Google Workspace paired with Gemini can literally become your ultimate productivity partner and completely overhaul how you run your daily business operations. If you've been hearing nonstop about AI but you're still wondering how it actually fits into your daily grind, well, you're in the right place. Let's break it all down.
So think about how you work right now. Instead of opening up a totally separate app or switching tabs every single time you need a hand, what if the everyday tools you already use could automatically write, analyze, and organize your projects right there on the spot? Honestly, imagine never having to leave your workflow to get an expert's input. That's exactly the reality we're exploring today.
Here's a quick look at our agenda. First, we'll officially meet your new AI assistant. Second, we'll check out Gemini in your everyday apps. Third, we'll go over the crucial rules and limits. Fourth, we'll talk about mastering the perfect prompt. And finally, we'll dive into some real-world business success stories.
Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, Meet Your AI Assistant. Now, generative AI is a massive shift in how we use tech. It's no longer just a fancy search bar where you ask a question and get a pre-written answer. It's an active creator. When you give it instructions, it actually builds fresh, original content completely from scratch. We're talking drafting emails, writing code, generating images, and even building full-blown presentations.
And the engine making all of this happen? That's the large language model, or LLM. This is essentially the brain behind Gemini. Now, it doesn't actually think the way you and I do. Instead, it digests millions and millions of documents so it can brilliantly predict the next logical word. It's kind of like when I say, "the sky is," you automatically think blue. Gemini uses crazy complex algorithms to predict exactly how a marketing email or a data summary should logically flow, word by word.
Let's keep moving. Section 2, Gemini and everyday apps.
We have all felt the pain of the old way of doing things, right? Staring at a blinking cursor on a totally blank screen, trying to figure out how to start an email. Well, the Gemini way takes you from that blank, intimidating page to a polished draft in literally seconds. You just type a natural instruction like, write a professional email informing the customer that their order has been shipped, and boom, the AI does the heavy lifting. You just review it and hit send.
Just look at how this maps out across the Google tools you're probably already using. It's like having a built-in assistant everywhere. In Gmail, it can summarize a ridiculous 200-email thread for you. In Docs, it writes whole documents from scratch. And for business owners, the Google Sheets integration is an absolute lifesaver. It analyzes your data and writes those messy formulas for you. Need a slide deck? Google Slides builds it from one prompt. It even takes your meeting notes in Google Meet and drafts video scripts in Google Vids. It's everywhere you need it to be. But here's the real kicker. It doesn't just create new stuff. It has this superpower called file understanding. Gemini can instantly digest your massive existing files. Imagine someone drops a 100-page report on your desk 5 minutes before a big meeting. You can literally just ask Gemini to extract the key takeaways right there in your workspace. It's basically like having a speed reader on your payroll. All right, let's get into Section 3, Crucial Rules and Limits. Before we get too carried away, we really need to talk about the guardrails here. First and foremost, AI is not always right. It can and does hallucinate. For example, if you ask it if a specific GST rate is 12% or 18%, it might actually get it wrong. You absolutely must verify facts. Second, never rely on it for medical, legal, or financial advice. If you want to calculate your exact income tax, Gemini can guess, but you still need to call your CA. And finally, please don't share confidential business or personal info when you're giving feedback to the AI. You are always the final human authority.
Also, just a quick heads up on account limits. Your access to Gemini scales based on your specific Google Workspace plan. Free accounts have some pretty strict usage limits, but if you're on a business or enterprise tier, you unlock way higher capacities and the more advanced features. So, as your business operations grow, your AI scales right up with you.
Moving right along to Section 4, Mastering the Perfect Prompt.
This is where so many people trip up. The biggest mistake you can make is treating Gemini like a standard search bar. If you just typed in a vague keyword like sales report, the AI has zero clue what you actually want. You have to talk to it like a real human assistant. A genuinely good prompt provides highly detailed context, specific instructions, and crystal clear goals. Tell it exactly who you are, what the goal is, and the exact format you want the output in.
And hey, if you really want to become a pro at this, what they call prompt engineering, Google actually offers a dedicated track of training courses. They range from Introduction to Generative AI all the way up to Google Prompting Essentials. They're incredibly useful resources that teach you how to speak the AI's language so you get stellar results every single time.
Finally, Section 5, the fun stuff, real-world business success.
Check out this prompt right here. Notice how ridiculously specific it is? We aren't just telling the AI, hey, write about a lamp. We're saying, write an SEO-friendly product description for a brass dia sold on SS Digital India. We gave it the format, the exact product, and the specific brand context. By zooming in like that, you get ready-to-use, highly targeted marketing copy that actually fits your store.
Honestly, the day-to-day applications for a business are virtually endless. You can ask it to whip up 5 Facebook ad copies for a kitchenware sale, or script a 60-second Hindi YouTube video about GST for Etsy sellers. You can have it draft super polite customer support replies when a delivery gets delayed, or even dive into a massive Google Sheet to pinpoint your top-selling products for the month. It handles marketing, support, and data analysis smoothly, and you never even have to leave your workspace to do it.
So, we've covered the basics of generative AI, how it lives inside the apps you already use, those absolute must-know safety rules, and how to craft prompts that actually drive business results. The tools are literally right there, waiting in your everyday apps. The only question left is this. Now that you've got this incredibly powerful built-in assistant waiting for your command, what impossible task are you going to ask it to tackle for your business today? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. I'll see you next time.